Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial for the Pigeon Letters blog. My name is Doriana and I'm an architect and illustrator. I love all things colorful, and this is part 2 of our tutorial on how to apply textures to your illustrations in Procreate. And this time we're going to be using the Alpha Lock feature, and Alpha Lock is an option that locks transparency of a layer. It allows you to add texture, detail, and shading to an element of your artwork without painting outside the lines. This means you paint without leaving the boundaries, but it also helps you preserve your layer count to a minimum because you are using the layer where you are going to be doing your base color. We are going to learn how to use this feature by drawing these cute strawberries. First, we are going to grab a saturated pink color from our color wheel, and I'm going to be using the Pigeon Letters ink scratch brush from the Pigeon Letters ink pack brush set to create my basic shapes. For a simple strawberry shape, we draw an ellipse attached to a pointless inverted triangle, and then we just fill them in. You can fill them in by color drop or just For our step 2, we're going to add our overall texture. We're going to select the first layer, the layer 1, where we draw the first strawberry. And we're going to see the menu, tap it, and select Alpha Lock. And now we're going to see that our layer has a checkerboard pattern behind the miniature layer. You can also use this feature like turn on or turn off Alpha Lock by swiping right with 2 fingers on top of your layers. For my overall global texture, I'll be using the Pigeon Letters static brush from the Grid Pack brush set. I'll put it in a 50% or so brush size and with a slightly darker color, and I'm more saturated than the pink we use for our base. I'm going to apply to the entire strawberry. I will do this for all the layers until I have everything in uniform and like great texture. Our step 3, we're going to add our shadows. It is really similar from the last tutorial. If you saw that one or if you haven't seen it, you can look for it. We were discussing clipping mask in that tutorial. But for this one, it's the same method, but we are going to stick with our same layers. Like, if you see, I haven't added any other layers more than our 4 originals. We're going to select the first strawberry layer, and with a spray noise brush from the same grid brush set, I'm going to select also an even darker shade of pink, and then start shading from the opposite side from where my light source is coming. You can press lightly and go around the border, and you can also go to your color wheel and try to go darker and more saturated, and then go near the edges this time. For the second strawberry layer, besides giving it the shadow to create depth and dimension, we're also going to create the cast shadow from the strawberry on top, where the 2 touch. And for our step 4, we're going to add lights. We're going to do the same thing as our shadows, but in inverse way. We're going to use lighter values from the base layer we have, and we're going to do them in the opposite side. You can also select a yellowish green to color the top of the strawberry where the stem meets. You can see in strawberries it is really common to have this greenish, yellowish, greenish color where the stem meets the strawberry body. For our final details, we're going to add the seeds, and we're going to select enough white or yellowish white color for our seeds, and we're going to drawing alternating rows for the seeds, and so it doesn't look like super uniform. Then we're going to select our layer, duplicate them after we finish, and we're going to place it below, the one below. We're going to use the alpha lock. You can swipe 2 fingers and fill that layer. You can tap menu and then fill layer with a dark color, like a dark pink, really, really dark. So it serves as the shadow for our seeds. Remember to do this also on our stem and on our leaves layer. And that's it. We have our two beautiful cute strawberries without using too much layers. This is perfect for everyone who has an iPad that doesn't have like that great amount of RAM like iPad Pros has, and you're also struggling with always not having enough layers. Alpha Lock is a really good feature to add texture, just like in Clipping Mask, but without without adding anything to your layers count. It is kind of tricky because once you set things into Alpha Lock, you're going to be like, that's going to be it. But you can also always manage that, or you can always duplicate your entire artwork and then having a backup where you only have your base layers. That's something I always needed to do with my old iPad. But I think this is a really good example that it doesn't matter if you have few layers, you can always add a little bit of texture to make your illustrations come more to life. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for following me along in these two-part tutorials. I hope this has been helpful for you, and see you in the next one. Remember to tag me and at bydoriana.studio if you do some of these tutorials. Also tag Peggy at the Pigeon Letters. And now that's everything. Thanks so much. Bye.